Hey everyone, it's your favorite gold and silver spokesman, MJ Wolf, coming at you with an educational video that is frankly long overdue. Now look, as Americans, we have a tendency to think that the financial world begins at the New York Stock Exchange and ends at the Federal Reserve in DC. We watch the headlines, we obsess over interest rates, and we wonder why the price of gold and silver is moving the way it is. But if you're only looking at the US to predict where your purchasing power is headed, well, you're sort of looking at the world with one eye closed, maybe even one and a half. Lately, there's a new giant in the room. It's a giant that doesn't care about our headlines, doesn't care about our soft landings, and certainly doesn't care about our debt to GDP ratio. I'm talking about China. In early 2026, we saw silver prices go on an absolute tear. People were scratching their heads. Is it the Fed? Is it inflation? Well, a huge part of it was pure speculation coming out of the East. Now today, we're going behind the Great Wall of Finance. We're going to look at how China is quietly, and sometimes not so quietly, driving the prices of the metals you hold in your hand. No mumbo jumbo, no boring economic lectures, just the global facts you need to stay smart in a shifting world. Let's get into it. First, let's start with a little trivia. If I asked you who the world's largest producer of gold is, what would you say? South Africa? Australia? Maybe the US? No, it's China. They've been the #1 gold producer for years, and they're sitting at #2 for silver production globally. Now, normally in a free market 101 textbook, high production means high supply, which usually keeps prices in check. But China doesn't seem to play by the standard textbook. Now, here's the paradox. Even though they're digging up massive amounts of the yellow stuff, they're not really sharing it with the rest of us. They have incredibly strict export controls. In fact, research shows that about 94% of the gold they export only goes as far as Hong Kong, which, let's be honest, is basically just like moving money from the left pocket to the right pocket. You could say they're hoarding, pure and simple. And for silver, it's even more intense. China has started treating silver like a strategic mineral on par with the rare earth metals used in high-tech weaponry and microchips. This means they've slapped on licensing requirements and export quotas. Now think about that for a second. The world's biggest producers are effectively taking their supply off the global shelf. When the supply goes down and the demand stays the same, or in our case, skyrockets, what happens to the price? Exactly. So why is China so obsessed with physical metals right now? To understand that, you have to understand the Chinese saver. In the West, we have a lot of places to put our money. We have the S&P 500, we have crypto, we have high-yield savings accounts. In China, the options for the average person have historically been very limited. For decades, the gold standard of saving your money was real estate. But as we've seen over the last few years, that real estate bubble didn't just leak, well, it popped hard. Giant developers like Evergrande became household names for all the wrong reasons. Suddenly, millions of people realized their wealth was tied up in concrete skeletons of unfinished apartment buildings. They needed a life raft, and where did they swim? Well, to gold. In 2025, over 50% of China's gold consumption wasn't for jewelry. It was for bars and coins. We're talking about a cultural shift where an entire nation is sort of saying, I don't trust the banks, I don't trust the buildings, give me the metal. When you have 1.4 billion people deciding they want to own a piece of the same limited asset that you're looking at, well, that puts a lot of upward pressure on the price. Now let's pivot to the devil's metal, silver. If you've been watching the charts in 2026, you know silver has been acting a little caffeinated. China manufactures over 80% of the world's solar panels, and you can't make a solar panel without silver. It's the best conductor conductor of electricity on the planet. As the green energy push continues globally, China's industrial demand for silver is essentially a vacuum cleaner sucking up the global supply. But there's a second factor, the Shanghai Metals Exchange. For a long time, the price of gold and silver was made in London and New York, but the power is shifting east. In late January of this year, we saw a phenomenon where the price in Shanghai was significantly higher than the price in New York. That's what I call an arbitrage opportunity for the nerds, but for us it means that the East is now leading the West. Western traders were literally staying up all night just to see what the Shanghai opening price was before they dared to trade. When the hub of price discovery moves to a country that is actively trying to move away from the US dollar, you better believe that a game change has happened. Now, we can't talk about China without talking about their friends. You've heard of the BRICS, right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, plus a whole bunch of new members who are tired of being told what to do by the US Treasury. These nations are looking for a way to trade with each other without using the dollar. Now, why is that? Because they saw what happened when the US weaponized the dollar against Russia. They realized that if you hold dollars, you're subject to US whims. Now, what is the one thing all of these countries can agree on as a neutral, non-weaponizable reserve asset? Gold. China has been increasing its central bank gold reserves for dozens of months in a row. They aren't just doing it for fun, they're building a foundation for a world where the dollar is not the only king. So if you think gold is expensive at $5,000, imagine what happens if it becomes the literal backbone of a new global trade currency. Yes, it's a big deal. So you might be asking, well, this is all very fascinating and slightly terrifying, but what do I do with this info? Do I need to start learning Mandarin? No, you just need to think about diversifying. When you talk to the folks at Goldco, this is exactly what they discuss with you. It's about not having all your eggs in one dollar-shaped basket. If the biggest economies in the world are fighting over physical gold and silver, maybe, just maybe, you should own some as well. So here are the 3 steps to help you get started. Step 1, get the knowledge. Don't take my word for it. Read the blogs, look at the data. I've linked the full article on China's impact in the description. It's a deep dive that will make you the smartest person at your next dinner party. Step 2, go physical. In a world of digital, maybe, and paper promises, physical metal is a definite. You can't delete a gold bar. You can't deplatform a silver coin. You get my drift? Step 3, partner with the best. This is the part where I pretend to think about a company. What company is that? Oh, right. Goldco. The world is moving fast and the tectonic plates of the global economy are shifting east. Having a physical asset like gold isn't just a tradition. In 2026, it's more like a strategy. It's about being grounded when the ground starts to move. If you want to stay focused on the durable, long-term drivers of precious metals, the ones that carry no counterparty risk and act as a hedge against currency debasement and geopolitical shifts, well, you need the right partner. Goldco makes it easy to get oriented. They've helped thousands of Americans move over $3 billion into precious metals. They aren't just selling coins, they're helping people find peace of mind in a very noisy world. And because you're watching this, I've got something special for you. When you request your free gold and silver kit today, you're going to get the full roadmap. But wait, there's more. For those who qualify, Goldco is currently offering an instant match of up to 10% in bonus silver or gold on qualifying orders. Now think about that. The market's already moving and Goldco is giving you a 10% head start. That's a massive thank you for taking your financial future seriously. Just call the number on your screen or click the link in the description to learn more. Don't wait for the next potential Shanghai price spike. to make your move. If you want to dive deeper into China's impact on precious metals, check out the blog in the description below. Get your kit, and of course, leave me a comment. Do you think the dollar can hold off the dragon, or is it time to go gold for good? I love reading your theories, even the crazy ones. So hey, thanks for watching. Stay educated, and as always, stay smart out there.